Ronell Nolan, President, CEO, Health Agents for America, coming to you live this Monday. I hope that you're having a wonderful day and preparing to have a wonderful weekend, as most of the states are opening up most or some of their businesses. They're going into at least phase 2. So hopefully you've been out and about, but continuing to use caution and use safety and taking good care of yourself and your family. Balance billing and surprise billing continues to be on the top of our agenda, whether it's being discussed federally or on a state basis. What we do know from the information that we have obtained in the last several weeks is the premiums in New York for their baseball style arbitration has gone up. Let me repeat this. The premiums in New York for the arbitration style balance billing has gone up. I didn't make this up in my head. You know, I always at least point to 3 different articles or pieces of information that help me decide what our position is or how we obtain our information. And this was found by the Kaiser Foundation, which we know is not, doesn't lean towards insurance companies or providers. And it definitely said insurance rates have gone up in New York, that they've had the baseball arbitration style balance billing for several years, and it has gone up. It is a bill that's being discussed in Louisiana. And last week I testified in the Senate Insurance Committee about that fact, the fact that we're on the front line as agents and brokers, that we're the one that help our clients, and we more than anyone want this fixed. But I said several times, we do not want this fixed on the back of our clients with additional premiums. Our premiums are now astronomical. We can't afford, and the number that I heard was 6%. 6% in addition to what's being charged each year with inflation is just unaffordable. There was a fiscal note attached to this bill in Louisiana that should have been pretty eye-opening, that showed what was going to happen to Louisiana if the bill passed. I testified about the additional premiums. Blue Cross of Louisiana testified. Louisiana health plans testified about the fiscal note, the increased premiums, should Louisiana pass this bill. The bill was passed unanimously out of Senate Insurance after the testimony of the Commissioner of Insurance. This morning, this bill was heard in Senate Finance, and they seemed to take heed to the fiscal note and ask for more information. So thank you, Louisiana Senate Finance, for paying attention to how this is going to affect the consumer. The consumer doesn't have or even know to go to the Capitol, do not know how to testify, do not know that this is going to affect them. The only front line of help that they have is us. So you have one person, me, trying to get the point across to legislators that, hey, the doctors are telling you, hey, it's going to affect me. The hospitals are telling you I'm going to have to close my doors, which we know that's not true. And then we have the providers, and the insurance companies all coming to the table, but the consumers that are getting these balance bills and, getting turned into collections agencies, they're not there. So this bill is slated to go back to Senate Finance. It was voluntary deferred, so it'll be heard on Wednesday. And they've asked that the fiscal note be looked again and made sure that the numbers are true. So I plan on providing some additional information to the Finance Committee about the Kaiser report and the fact that the rates are increasing in New York. What I'd like from you guys is I wish I could bring you all to the Capitol. I wish I could bring you to every state capital. But I know that you guys have a lot of work. It's hard for you to take off. I mean, that's why you have me. But I'd like your stories. I don't think I was looking in my files, and I think I have stories from before HAFA was HAFA in 2012. I have some when I worked for the other association. But if you have some stories that you'd love to share, definitely don't include anybody's information, but email them to me. I would love to print them out and provide them to the legislators so they actually know that this is happening. I was asked by a senator in House and Senate Insurance, how many balance billing claims are there? I mean, honestly, I can't tell you. I mean, we normally handle them before they get anywhere, before they get to the Department of Insurance. So how do you come up with a number? I have no idea. I've tried to find that data. I can't find that data. The only thing that I can tell them, and I didn't remember to after I testified, and I'm going to bring this up, is the fact when this first was brought forward in Louisiana, the Commissioner of Insurance said, I'm not sure this is really a big issue. We've only had 2 complaints. And it was at the agent advisory meeting, and I said, Commissioner, the reason you're not getting complaints is because agents and brokers are handling this before it gets to you. And I said, if you'd like to hear some stories, I'll have them email them to you. Well, I released the email, we sent the stories, and actually shut down their server. So if that gives you any idea of the stories that the agents and brokers provided in Louisiana, the issue is huge. It's an issue that is nationwide. They keep talking about so many different states have done balance billing, and they really have not. There's only 9 states that have passed comprehensive balance billing, and many, such as Texas, that's just done some in the last year or so, that there's not enough data to even see what works and what doesn't work. What we do know is providers, hospitals like Arbitration, insurance companies like benchmarking. I would love to see some transparency. There's no reason why hospitals shouldn't know what network doctors are working and what non-network doctors are working on the day you have a scheduled procedure. That is just, should be unheard of. So what do we know? Anesthesiologists on average charge 6 times the network docs. I didn't stutter. 6 times the amount of a normal network doctor. Again, only 6 states have arbitration, 9 have comprehensive. So we don't know if those are working. We do know that New York absolutely has increased premiums. On tomorrow, the House Insurance Committee, Representative Freeman, is calling for the prohibition of balance billing and setting a benchmark of 135% of Medicare. I'm sure this is going to go over like a lead balloon. My ulcers are going to be out of control by the time this special session is over, as we continue to fight about balance billing, and I continue to hear stories that are just not true. Testimony that is just not true. Again, I wish I could bring you to the Capitol. And please, anybody that would love to come, I would love to have you. Your clients, yourself. Anytime that I'm going to be there, I would love for you to be there. But if not, please send me your stories. If you can't send them by tomorrow, this will be an ongoing issue until June 30th. So continue to send that to me. Now, changing the subject just a little bit, someone put a bug in my ear this morning that there's a Cobra company called CPI, that are including flyers to your clients to use a company called Kind as an insurance agency. Now, this was a company that was used by Blue Cross, and I think they might have a couple of clients that have it. I've already reached out to Blue Cross and asked them about this. CPI is not their go-to, but you might have clients that are using CPI as Cobra. Know that they are sending out another insurance agency to take your business. As HAFA always stands strong for our members, for the insurance agent industry, we protect you. We want to give you information. If you're using this company, beware, check. I'm going to be reaching out to CPI this morning and asking exactly what are you doing and why are you doing it. And I'll let you know what they say. We do have some amazing webinars scheduled for this month and on. We're going to continue to do Education Thursdays, and we also have any webinars that other people that are doing that are really of interest. Some have CE, so please pay attention to that. But if you'll scroll down to the bottom of the Monday news, you'll see those. Please register for all of them. They're all really, really great by amazing speakers. And again, there are some CE. If you would like CE and we don't have CE scheduled, please let me know so we can get that scheduled and set up. Some states are very, very expensive, like New York. They're about $200 per CE class, so it's a little hard to do for those for just a couple of people. So if we have more from New York, happy to do that. But it depends on the state by state how much it costs. Louisiana is very, very cheap. So that's why you'll see Louisiana, it's $25 a CE class. So it's easy for HAFA to be able to afford that. But state by state, I'm happy to provide that for you. But this is Ronell Nolan signing off, fighting hard for you. Georgia's session is going strong too. We're trying to work on a commission bill there. I'll keep you posted. If you know of any bills that need to be fought or are passed in your state, please give us a heads up. Let our legislative team work on that. But have a wonderful week, and until next Monday, Ronell Nolan, proud and honored to be the leader of the Freedom Fighters, Health Agents for America.